Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu, Seth Geis, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man.
Man, do you ever have a week in Pick'em NFL where you're like, I'm just going to put in all my picks, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to change them to the opposite of what I just chose because I'm the dumbest human being on the face of this planet. Yeah, that's been this year. That's how this year in Pick'em NFL has been going.
Dude, it's been a crazy year of football, though, man.
I mean, it's parody, I guess. Yeah.
Oh well.
How'd the Falcons do this? Did they play this week?
Was that question in regards to because we're doing the ATL?
Yeah, why not?
Didn't the Falcons play the Jags and like kick the snot out of them? Wasn't it the
they barely beat them. They barely beat
No, it was a snot kicking. It was a total snot
kick. Dude, the Jags beat the fucking Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, the Bills should be the Bills fans should be embarrassed. Anyone who loses to the Jags or the Jets, and I say this as a Jets fan, you should just be embarrassed. That includes the Titans, many other top-ranked teams that have been defeated by the Jets this year. Yeah. Texans, talking about you, all the Houston fans out there, give me a shout out in the comments. You just got beat by the Jets. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. Jags.
All right. So speaking of, we are talking about the ATL Magic. This cigar is a Toro Extra 6-inch by 54. It comes out of the Tabacalera Pichardo factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Mexican San Andreas. Binder is Nicaraguan Pueblo Nuevo. Filler is Nicaraguan Pueblo Nuevo.
Double Pueblo Nuevo.
Yep. Some Esteli and some Jalapa in there as well. Blended by Luciano Morelos.
Wait, what did you say the wrapper was?
Mexican San Andreas.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, they put Esteli and Jalapa in there? So there's the packet and then they just put a little Esteli.
Yeah.
A little Jalapa. A little scoop.
Yeah.
A little scoop of Esteli with that.
Price point is $9.75, and the cigar was released in October of 2021. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
So they still have quite a bit of Mexican San Andreas in the market, yeah, as usual. Like the last
like
few
in
years.
general,
in general, like
yeah, I would say like what 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5, something like that.
There's lots of Mexican. Lots of Mexican.
But I find that to have a good quality one is pretty rare though, within all the ones that's out there. So
yeah, I'd say it reminds me of like 2-3 years ago with Connecticut Broadleaf, where it's like 3 out of 4 were not great.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to say behind that is, out of all of these, the ones that we've seen to smoke out there, and that's in the market, very few are quality, and this isn't one. I mean, very few are good quality ones. The vast majority of them are average cigars. You know, nothing off-putting, nothing like wrong, right? But like just kind of and that's kind of how I felt about the cigar. Just kind of how the Falcons are. They're kind of right?
Oh, no. Shots fired.
I think the Falcons are worse than
it's not like I'm talking about. It's not like I'm talking about how fucking Shanahan fucking botched it that year, No, that's bad. That's a sore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said it. Shanahan fucked it up for the Niners, you fuck.
27-3, was that the...
Didn't you guys fuck it up too? I mean,
yeah, I know. I just said that 2 years ago. It's just a bad subject, okay? Gosh. We need Lincoln Riley to be our head coach.
No, because he fucks it up too, man. He fucked it up in the Rose Bowl against fucking Georgia, man.
All right, so we're talking about the cigar, right? Very, very average, very typical flavors: cedar, nuts, baking spices, very little sweetness, very little, like no fruit tones, it's just a very generic earthy profile. Nothing wrong with it, maybe it's nothing that you would turn down. They're familiar notes, but it's also very average in that sense.
Is it average, June?
Is that it?
Is it average, June?
It's quite average.
Very average.
Quite.
All right, Seth.
Quite. Yeah, listen, I kind of I fully agree with everything Jiunn said, but I'm just going to be quick about it. Earth, leather, cocoa. It's a light, I consider a light Mexican San Andreas offering, average cigar, but it's actually good price point for today's market though. So it's kind of it's a good average cigar. John?
You know, I have a lot to say. I agree with Jiunn that you know, I don't think there's anything necessarily. I think sometimes people are like, "You guys hate everything." It's like, well, average doesn't mean hate. Average means that, you know, there's nothing in the flavor profile that set it apart from another cigar on the shelf. So that's not hate. It just means that, you know, we weren't impressed. And, you know, that's kind of where I was, is like Jiunn said, that, you know, it's largely wood forward. There's some baking spices and, you know, some mustiness, and like it was fine. It just wasn't dynamic. It wasn't interesting. It wasn't engaging. Like, you know, I could watch this while the Jets are playing football and not be distracted, which is you know, saying something. The last third for me was a little unbalanced. I did find that kind of last half of the last third was a little bit acrid, a little bit earthy, and it was a little unbalanced. So that didn't really work for me. Burn was pretty much perfect. Draw had a little bit of resistance to it, like 2.5, 3 notches, which I guess if you're going to have the draw one way or the other on a larger ring gauge, you probably want it on the resistance side rather than the open side. So yeah, but overall pretty average. Aaron, what about you?
For me, the flavor profile started with toasted oak and black pepper. Later saw some mustiness and dry earth join in. Those components kind of moved around a bit. The toast increased and later transitioned to light char. I thought the cigar was pretty full bodied. So I got a good dose of the flavors, but you know, what was presented wasn't really all that interesting. Just kind of a combination of pretty common flavors that you get out of mini cigars. But if you like oak, earth, and black pepper, you know, this will probably be a cigar that might appeal to you. But it was just a bit too mundane. I don't really see coming back to it. But, you know, okay introduction to the brand. All their other releases, every single release that they have comes from different factories. So it's not like they're all working out of one factory. So I'm interested in trying some of the other ones. They have one from Aganorsa. They have one from a very small factory that I don't think I've smoked anything from before. So I'm interested in trying that, but this is just okay. Nothing too exciting. All right, let's get into the scores. Let's start at the top with Seth at 6.10. Jiunn was next at 5.75. I gave it a 5.50, and John gave it a 5.10. So Seth, how that 6.1 matchup for you?
It's a little high for what I consider an average. But I thought it was a good average. I think your photo is the photo we have of the cigar is a great photo, which just kind of shows how average kind of the cigar is. It's not the best Mexican San Andreas wrapper offering. I always feel like there's either like a lighter offering or like a darker wrapper offering, and usually the darker ones have a little bit more oomph to them and flavors. And
hey, but the band, the purple and the gold,
the purple and the gold, I like the bands.
That's nice looking bands.
Yeah, but I mean, mine was a little high, but I think the price point is what makes it. I don't know. There's something about we've scored some cigars lower than this that are priced 2 times higher than this.
At least. At least.
I mean, this is for under $10. Yeah, I'd probably buy it over some other stuff.
Yeah. All right, Jiunn, 5.75.
Yeah, very average. Nothing magical about the cigar. No.
Okay. All right. My 5.5 matches up well. Average flavor profile, very good construction, nothing bad. Just, you know, a little bit of waviness, maybe a little slightly tighter than I prefer on the draw, but it's just nitpicky type stuff. All right, John, 5.1. Yeah,
like I said, I had a bit of an acrid, earthy last third. It was quite unbalanced. I think without that, I probably would have been in the 5.5, 5.6s. But I guess that makes me the resident hater this week. So there it is. Since I'm wrapping the score section up, I will say, I think it's pretty tough to make a dynamic 54 ring gauge. it's just a lot of tobacco. And listen, I realize that everyone isn't a 5'9" medium shirt wearing dude. So, you can't all smoke Coronas. It's just it's not possible. The problem is with a bigger ring gauge, though, I think it's just a lot more difficult to blend something that's dynamic, that's engaging, because I think there's just so much tobacco to work with that, like I can count on one hand the number of bigger than 50 ring gauge cigars that I thought were, as good or better than smaller than 50 ring gauge cigars. So that's just my personal stance.
All right. Any other final thoughts on this cigar from you guys?
I have nothing else to add.
I'm excited to try more stuff from ATL. I like new cigar brands.
Yeah.
It kind of breaks up the monotony of factories we know aren't going to produce good stuff because they don't seem to care. Did I say that?
Not a bad blend out of Picardo. This is what I mean with this factory.
Yeah.
Picardo just kind of, everyone, they just sneak these little things in here and there.
Feels like so far, the stuff that Pichardo makes for themselves are the best tasting ones.
Yeah, they kind of have the reverse Espinosa problem, right? Like Espinosa always has the issue where they seem to make the best thing for everybody else, and then they screw them. Well, I shouldn't say they screw themselves over, but like, the best stuff is everybody else's, and Pichardo's like, I think probably does it right, where he's like, no, this is our blend because
this is yeah. Placencia does it.
Sensei does.
Sensei does. I mean,
nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that. Got to pay the bills, man.
Right?
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
All right. If you just catch this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. Also check out full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Magic.